apply hydro on
Production
enemies?
base is underwater.
Because this is just like a Nilu.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
I mean, you can't drown underwater.
I mean, no, the hydro ring from like the hydro shit surrounding you. That's like, does it apply a hydro aura on enemies?
It applies hydro to like those water lamp things. That's
Left
about
control,
it.
what does that do? Water world future. Bro, I'm underwater. Oh, this is Genshin.
This man's the first time he went underwater.
That's where they play this song? It's the underwater music? I thought this was a combat song. Abilities: transoceanic source water and xenochromatic creatures. Who's writing this shit, bro? What's the source that they give some Chinese bootlegger that they got this done? I'll talk about doing no damage. Get the fuck out of here. What is that? Don't go around.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base.
She can talk underwater?
Sure
How's
doesn't
that one?
seem out of the ordinary at all.
Well, they wanted to stand out, yeah. Wow.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Let's hurry the hell up and stop talking to me. We got shit to do. My mom, we got shit to do.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
He's just trolling, bro.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Bro, he stalled himself.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong
Oh,
man.
look how Child is just stalling himself out.
What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
I can charge you with for like your interjections. And she's like, "Do you think I cared about the theatrics of the court?" No, but I'm pretty sure interrupting a court case is a legal problem, not a theatrical problem.
And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default.
Default
Correct?
Tartaglia.
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half
A young
bored to
lady
death by
has
all
charged
these
to declare
rules
my
and
name.
procedures
Sal
anyway.
knows he's a fan
So I'll
favorite
take
of
you
the
up on
ladies.
that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
What is he trolling to do, bro?
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge
He's a fighter
instead?
at heart, bro. He just wants to fight
And
niggas.
there ain't no way he got himself dragged into this just because he wants to fight the bitch, bro.
That person is...
Bro, can I select the wrong person, bro, and charge him? Can I select the mother? No, I guess I'll select the right one. The game won't let me choose the wrong one. Marcel,
the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
huh?
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Bro,
Please
motherfuckers
let me
be-
remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it.
Yeah, the debt.
And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
You imagine you're chilling in your house, bro, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you're being charged, bro.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Bro,
Exactly
fucking
correct,
Archon's
Your
like,
Honor.
I don't know what the fuck this
I
case
must
is even
refresh
about.
everyone's memory about that case
I thought she knew
before I
everything,
can
bro.
explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Damn, bro, we're reversing
On the
Nunavut.
day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere.
What are any of those words?
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot
Oh my
wound.
god, bro. That's the first I've seen blood in the game, bro. Jacques dead with blonde. He's blonde.
The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life.
What does her father look like, bro? Like, I can barely see him in the picture.
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and
Oh.
also declined to defend himself in court.
Bro,
Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
bro, he had an eye patch.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Champion dudes.
These are the known facts about the case.
Yo, we called Cloran like a duelist and like a gladiator, but like she's more like a court-appointed executioner.
Literally just corner point executioner. If someone wants to fight with their honor, all right, and they die.
The motive to kill was Jacques.
So wait, is it like based
Not
off skill
my
level,
father.
or do you always go versus her?
So,
Because if that's so,
it's different. He
you
said,
guys-
well, he said none of the gladiators are just scoff at or duelists.
In truth,
So,
Okay, but yeah, she's the best.
but it's like you go if you happen to get her, it's a death sentence. Or you
You just pull a ticket out of the hat and it's like, uh-oh, you
well,
actually the rain.
the duel can go to the death. It's not meant to.
Okay, well, yeah, you don't have to kill him as long as you give up. But then you still go to prison, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Of course, the guard's conclusion.
It's either
appeared
rot
quite
in prison
sensible to us at
forever
the time.
or try your best and
However,
not die,
we
but then
should
you die
revisit
anyway.
the case now that we've gained
I love
new
that
information about the
in the
abilities
land of
water from the
justice,
primordial
might
sea.
makes right is still an option. Okay, the banquet. The day on the day of the murder, Spina looked at a large banquet in the countryside owned by the Conferi de Cabo. Okay, that's true. 2 gunshots in the courtyard. According to Callus, we had motive to kill. He murdered. Identified loopholes. Callus didn't have his gun. That's not right. No, not yet. Actually, I think that's true also. During the banquet, attendant the guest heard 2 gunshots in the courtyard. Callus, who had a motive to kill, murdered Jake's wife with family. No, okay, that's the wife. He didn't have a reason to kill him.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection.
Come on. Basically hearsay. Scene of the crime. Also, can we gotta get like lawyer reacts to Genshin Impact court cases, because half the shit in here is hearsay, thrown out, not legal, objection, like not
God, no, I
objectionable.
love, bro. You
None of
can't
it.
show any professional of this shit, bro. You can't show any professional.
Not a single
any
bit
of
of this. It's fucking.
The first
legally
court
not-
case was like, somebody literally just says, "Hey, I have a rant. I have some evidence to pull." Nigga, that is not how that works.
Alice did not.
Can you imagine? Nah, do you know how entertaining a U.S. court courses would be? If you could just walk out of like 5 seconds before the jury says guilty, you're just like, objection. I actually have the victim who is supposed to be dead is actually right here.
Then turned to shoot
Huh?
Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from
case
him
closed?
and kill him instead.
Okay, the third person. Who's the third person? We don't know. We'll find out. Reconstruction.
Actually, you know
of the Guardian's investigation never covered any firearms in the scene. The first shot must have missed. The second shot was taking Jacques' life. There isn't a third person. People can turn to water.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques.
I like
as
it.
a
I like the whole like,
costume to
people can just
disguise
turn into
himself.
water.
But now,
I think it was
clear that the
murder.
clothes were
I was
proof
like, people
that
like,
there was a
yeah, the whole
third
like
person
people
at the
could turn to
scene,
water.
and that they were
We've yet to see
turned
someone
Yeah, they
turn
come
back.
after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This
Her dad's outfit.
is the
Looks
true
sick as hell,
version
bro.
of
Too bad
events.
he's dead.
It's always the niggas with the flyest.
Give him a
fly
vision, bro.
die.
Or he had the
Yeah, why
eye
do you give the
patch.
dog-
He had the eye patch. He had like that fucking dance live out. Damn,
Now think
bro.
about it, what
Successful
the hell did,
refutation. We fucked everything.
when
up.
did Navia get her damn vision?
I don't know. Maybe after her father's death. Well, when you get her, you'll read her story. It always tells you when they got their vision.
Ah, so that's what happened.
Well,
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the Primordial Sea has been used for all these years?
Thank you. The audience member just said it. You're telling me something as dangerous as water has been used for all these years? Yeah, this biological weapon has been around for a long time. You should be afraid of it.
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's
And
and
maybe we
Jacques'
haven't
respective
emphasized
motives.
enough that it
I
works
guess they didn't
on
shoot each
only
other after all.
on any Fontaine person,
Only
which
in all
is all of
Fontaine.
you in the court
You
case
are the
right
one being
now.
charged with the crime. You should
You know what?
provide
Maybe
a
half these people
rebuttal
aren't even
if
from
you wish to
Fontaine, so they don't
prove
give a
your innocence.
shit.
But I
Maybe
think
they're
I
just
agree
taking
with
notes,
everything
you know?
Navia just
No,
said.
think about it.
In
Why is
fact,
anyone from
there was
any other
nothing in her
nation even
speech
allowed in
that
this court
directly
case during this type of
implicated
time? You should not be allowed here in this type of shit.
May I ask some questions? In my opinion,
What's
we
that? You're a
primarily
Shaznak
need to
character, and
determine
you
two
just heard the fact that we have a literal
things.
bioweapon that can
One,
insta-kill everyone?
Do you have the
I don't think you're allowed
evidence
in here.
to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where
Like
I
based
could
on the
go to
audience
collect
members
it.
are yelling.
If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
That was such a weird angle to see from behind, like Farina. I was like, who the fuck is that to her left? I was like, oh, it's fucking chlorine, fucking chloroform.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the Primordial Sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave.
Your father chose
At
to
that
let the
time,
biological weapon
Spina
run
di
rampant.
Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
That's good.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course.
The woman who killed him.
All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
Looks like the case
I
is real.
concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right?
Not like justice is real.
What she said was fascinating, but kind of
I love
Wait,
trusting like 20-year-old
disappearances case?
Of course,
Okay,
Your
when
Honor.
her dad died.
The two
3 years
cases
ago.
are connected via a matter of timing.
Damn, witness casing from 3 years ago.
In
Hey,
my
bro, you remember
father's
what happened
case,
3 years
the
ago
culprit
today?
intended to kill Bullsjaw
Yeah.
and Callus.
I started
As
playing
a
this
result,
game.
They planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified.
Yeah, I think around August, around this time, yeah, bro, I was laughing at Aaron during the child's fight, being like, what the fuck is this game? And also the second half where he couldn't kill the Fadui because his team was shit.
The culprit could only
I
time their
literally don't.
actions
I
so
have never had
precisely
trouble with fucking
if they
child,
were
bro.
already
Like
at the
ever.
scene.
It was after the fight. It was when he was on
Now.
the ballista.
Marcel attended both the
Oh, that
banquet
thing. I'll be honest
and
with you.
the trial.
Man,
So that's why you
did I get fucked up by the water
Even after
ocean
hearing
is
your
because I
reasoning,
mained
I still can't
my
help but
main
find it a
character
little
was Barbara.
preposterous.
My main DPS
I'm
was
used
Barbara.
to
I
it,
couldn't
though.
do damage to
You've
it, so
always
I had
been
to
an
use
impulsive and
pistol
sentimental
for all my
child,
damage.
Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
That's what you get.
No need to appeal to pathos.
He
I
did it.
won't
Appeal.
try to
He
refute
did
your
it.
points
He
one
said
by
it.
one,
Appeal to
but even if
pathos, bro.
everything you just said was true,
Appeal to
can you
emotion.
prove that I was the
Appeal to
only
her
person
logic. He
present
called
at
it a
both
logical
events?
fallacy.
On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
You don't understand. Only some fallacies are allowed.
Don't know what you can say to that.
I know that
I
even
think
with
it's a-
that, you
Come
might
on.
still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage.
Snezhnayan?
But the disappearance
he's not even
began
affected by the
before
water.
I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
A little while earlier in the synth production, man. Bro, I can't believe we're destroying an alcohol distillery. This is all an allusion to using alcohol. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a door of resurrection. This is a domain? What the fuck are those?
Gotcha.
Arithmetic enhancer mech. What? Or is that arithmetic? Now I'm going with arithmetic. Machine complete energy to flex the what the increase the operational efficiency of clockwork mecha. The reset or normal energies have different enhancement effects, allowing this machine to replenish power. Blah, 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 blah. Recon log mech, bro. With a dog with a camera as a head. What are these creatures? Based on whether it's imbued with reset or no, the machine will operate differently in battle. Either energy is annihilated upon being attacked by the opposite or overload stimulus.
Quietly now.
Solidified!
I don't. Yeah, whatever. I'll just use basic attacks though. Most of these things are hard to kill. My Yalan will crack them.
Gotcha.
The hell is this thing?
Whoa! The floor is going up!
Why did they make Paimon sound
Is it
stupid?
because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for
Bro,
this place.
what? What is this like stupid dialogue? The floor is going up. Is it because of the mechanism in the middle? What, Paimon's never seen a fucking elevator? Also, what is this like underwater base? This is like
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
bro, this shit puts like fucking Conry and stuff to shame. Guess we're going down. God. Give me your power, creature. Armored crowd abilities. Creates a heavily armored shield capable of releasing shockwaves that shatter stones. Holding it down will continuously expand the shield. When you release the skill, shockwave will... Notice it blew up in that wall, bro. You know what they should have did to make this game horrible? The underwater horrible? They should have made it so that you can't switch your characters when underwater. Oh, water rise? Water? Oh, this place
The
is...
water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Well, if we rise it just a little. Fine. Bro. That shit kinda swag, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Into the wind. Quietly now.
Alright. Gather! Now it's time to really do some damage.
Wind strike.
Considering my Yalan is now D2, bro. I basically have damn near main DPS alone.
Take it easy.
You always want my Yalan to do just a little extra damage, right? Now she actually does with SCC2. I've gotten this bitch every time. What the hell is that? Thanks for the fucking power. This is a nice mechanical shit. A fire rises.
That's crazy. How's the story?
No, I'm in the I'm in the, like the underground area now. After like the whole debate.
Now the path is clear.
Bro, this place puts like the Conrian structures to shame, bro. This shit looks more advanced than that shit. Granted, the Conrian ones are using like literal like energy, like electricity, and this place is using gears, but still. Also, Paimon has the stupidest dialogue I've ever fucking heard. The thing in the middle caused this the floor to rise. Apparently, she's never seen an elevator, even though we've been on thousands.
else so weird. I'm gonna go eat dinner. Big ol'
Damn, bro. Damn, you gonna go eat dinner, bro? No, no loyalty, bro. Son of a bitch won't go out to get some food. That's a nice thing. Bro, this place is like advanced as hell. Like a technical institute, might as well be. The hell are these things? Assault specialist mech, bro. Ain't that the thing I used in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare? Yeah, whatever. I don't need to know their abilities, bro. I couldn't care less what they're actually doing, bro. Whoop ass either way.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Shit just dies, bro. Like, they're not even looking. Shit just drops dead with this dude. Oh. It's a domain, right? Yeah, it's a domain. So I won't have to come back here for underwater. What is this?
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
How are they producing synth in here?
As expected, the mastermind isn't here.
It's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the opera house and help Navia.
I'm thinking the floor has to be like raised with water. Does he swim through here? How the fuck does that work?
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
Oh, you got magical space eyes, don't you?
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
You got a report on him? That's probably related to Jock's case.
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Well, it should prove that at least it should prove the conspiracy. Maybe not the existence of the third person, but the idea that there was a conspiracy.
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable.
Love it.
The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely.
Yeah, you gotta kill him.
I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
Why would they write this down?
They're all just so evil.
Why would you write any of this down? That's a weird thing to write down. Yeah, let's write down the fact that we're gonna kill this dude. What the hell is this?
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
Is this the Primordial ooze?
That means this is where they make all the synth, and that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Bro, you have to like... Imagine being the worker, like, live leak, bro. You accidentally touch it or fall into that, you're gone. Like, you're just dead. You're fucked.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things.
Very cute things. They're chests.
Accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
It's the items for all the dissolved people, isn't it?
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here?
Yep.
And then
Raped and murdered.
they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
Interesting. So they brought them out here, and what did they throw them into a pool to get more water, so they can continue to make sense? Also, it flows backwards, like upside down in a goopy way. Another hint that the primordial world is flipped upside down.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the Primordial Sea.
I forgot the idea that Teyvat's flat and flipped. That Teyvat is flat with a dome on it and then flipped upside down.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
It's a nice operation.
Whoa,
You should.
there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Definitely, yeah, they produce it here. You got all the flavors and the noise.
It's super obvious.
Where's the camera? We should take taking pictures of this. I find that funny that we're not using the camera to just like, you know, be all like, ah yes, let's just hit a whooping nene on this picture. Like that would be one of the first things you think. Would be to take pictures of all of this shit. Make sure there's nothing else up.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research.
It's so weird. Like we wouldn't use the camera. The place where the camera
aims
comes
to
from. We're not gonna use it.
Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the Primordial Sea, and use his theory as a foundation to
Interesting.
achieve a breakthrough.
It's Jacob. The one that was when we were in the bottom of Sumeria and Conria. The one that was feeding his friend to keep them alive because they had transformed their bodies, like the baby abyss creature thing. Huh. Good to see he's from Fontaine, or at least his research is out here
The
too.
experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the Primordial Sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Well, you shut up. Good dog.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone?
Because it's scientific research.
Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Well, you have to write it. People die in the pursuit of science. Goes is to save his lover. We'll look on the. What is it
So
called?
that's why he did all of these experiments.
Interesting.
But did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty stupid way to do your research. Unless he's using the synth, like diluted forms, to see if he can get someone immune to dissolving. I mean, we don't really know what his research is.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
He's the researcher.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Ah, so the voice was Vignette Vagina.
So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and...
Like I said, it wasn't a crime. He was probably the first person to get dissolved because he accidentally dissolved her.
No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Because it was an experiment and they fucked up and she got dissolved. I knew it. I'm glad this is live and I have the recording because I called it immediately when I was like, who said it was a crime? She said it's his lover. She was willing. It's like I knew immediately. She was willing to go into it.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
I'm glad I'm a genius, bro.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on.
That's very interesting to see Jacob appear twice. Now we've seen him in Primordial research in Fontaine, and Primordial, like the block energy research in Sumeru, where he almost had access to Chondria. That seems like a reoccurring research character might eventually be a character. So much for it just being like a lore drop right away, like right off of a character. Seems like he's gonna have a more important role in the story. These researchers, or just trying to research the primordial aspects of the world.
Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
I wonder if Marcel's gonna be Vash. We're not clever enough. Let's look.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Oh, I wonder if Marcel's gonna be Vosh.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
Will we though?
Ugh. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Found it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
What the fuck did we find? Oh, a notebook. That was sitting right there.
Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
Yes.
Then you found her diary.
I mean,
Let's see.
I guess.
Aw, it's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
What's the baby name? Was she pregnant? Yeah, I can read that.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them?
Hey,
The
bro.
final name she decided on was
Marcel.
Marcel.
Yeah, I knew it.
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old.
So,
Has
he's
this
the
case
son.
been
Okay.
going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown son?
So yeah, he's right. It's not an act of him kidnapping girls for like his own pleasure. It's an act of him kidnapping girls to continue his father's research so that he can get back his mother. Oh my goodness. This is getting more and more complicated.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
I have. Interesting. Much like how he was lecturing her about following your father's footsteps.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's
Every
all right,
time, bro.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of Vache. Vache.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
What? What do you mean, Ben?
Huh?
That's...
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
Oh, okay.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
My
Mr.
pain is
Marcel,
greater than yours.
Please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself.
I was waiting for the hit of that
Otherwise,
one.
the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vignier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow.
You can't dissolve him.
But I'm not from this blasted place.
Yep.
So I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the Primordial Sea that he's drinking?
Won't do anything to
I
him.
can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Vignier. A promise. We made a promise. Vignier. Vignier. Please, Vignier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
That's it? We actually solved the entire case?
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier. During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the Primordial Sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the Primordial Sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the Primordial Sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Cool. There's still a biological weapon that can kill everyone. But I guess it's no longer a threat.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Almost I was gonna say not guilty.
Guards, take Vacher away.
Careful, he might hit you with primordial
Good.
image.
It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
1 a year.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice!
Order in the court.
He's hurt so many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves.
Refrain from levity in the court.
Are you okay?
But her father is still dead, bro.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
This is how we know we have it.
Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Yes, your ChatGPT machine isn't omnipotent like you think it is.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Damn, we'll Tartaglia go with it.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Oh, he bodied him in one fucking hit. Interesting, he got a hit on him though.
Hey, Monsieur Neuvillette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Aren't you the Chief Justice? How the fuck? That's not the Archon.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either! Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
Bro, Archon be lashing out, bro.
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me you thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought CHILDE had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable! All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict. Now, having said that,
God, BPD Archon.
To leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
Nope, not at all.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Who built this fucking Oratrice? Was it the last Hydro Archon? Because she's dead as hell.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Oh, he was about to activate his legacy,
Even though
bro.
we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
He was about to fuck up this whole courtroom, bro. And that dude used his fucking primordial powers to drop him in one hit. It's like they still got a hit on him.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Go to prison. Jesus.
Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette! That power you showed when you took him down. Who are you really?
Oh, gosh, she just asked that right.
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
I feel like, I think I mentioned it before, that like obviously everyone in the Sumeria, when Sumeria came out, they're like, oh, the slime story says that the Archon is false and that someone else is the real Dendro Archon. I feel like that's what we're gonna get here, is that Farina is the Hydro Archon, like she is, by choice, but she most likely took out of her Gnosis out and gave it to Nineveh. I feel like he has the Gnosis inside him. And that's why she's so afraid to fight, because she doesn't really have...
What are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Are you people just let him run away?
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
How come we didn't even turn?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
You should have at least like 6 guards, and this dude is a 20-year murderer.
Something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Yes, your wife.
Go on.
Go on. Oh, Chief Justice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, your wife contacted us via the river.
I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? How could that be? How did you manage to do it?
His pupils were shaking, bro. It's from the Fountain of Lucine.
The Fountain of Lucine?
Finally!
Then...
Okay,
then
this is what I wanted.
When we were all along.
When we were talking to Navia,
never...
and we were talking to Chief Justice, and he's like, oh, I have no record of the man Vache. Well, and then she was like, and she does her whole spiel, like, oh, it's time to leave. We didn't tell him, well, you have no record of the name Vache, but we got it from the Fountain. I'm glad he's here in the background to hear that we were able to communicate with a fucking Hydro being. I'm like, that's key shit we should have told him right there.
Please, please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the Fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
Have him come with him.
Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Considering he only has 1 guard on him.
Everyone agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Nah, that nice line about humans, bro.
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
It's not debatable.
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
Nah, I will single-handedly issue this motherfucker on.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Huh? What the hell was that, bro? What key did I hit to do that? Was that what G does? Is G is the, that's how you lock tutorials? I completely forgot G was the hotkey for that.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
I hide my hydro elementality by drinking the water.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache.
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
Vache? Why did you come?
Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignere, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Wait, you are not Vignere. Who are you?
Oh, it's all the people.
You're right. I am not Vignere. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the Primordial Sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the Primordial Sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemonade. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignere.
Why? But then, where is Vignere?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
Damn, bro, faced with the consciousness of the people you killed.
The only thing you are not is Vignere's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignere's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Damn, bro, they were fucking plotting this shit out. Plot twist, bro.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please! Have mercy!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignere. She really doesn't want to see you.
Yeah, it wasn't out of love, bro. Like, out of like, oh,
But
don't
on
look
top
for me
of
anymore,
that,
mother.
She also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Vache.
He said, is it worth your life? Lost his soul? Bro, they straight killed his ass! Bruh.
Really just...
Bruh. They all fucking just ripped his ass apart, bro. They ripped his soul out of his body.
Finally, we have some time to
What?
Yeah, bro, where 20 plus women sucked that man off and just left a husk afterwards.
since we've been able to relax.
Bro, it's been finally some time to do some shopping. Bro, we just witnessed that nigga get murdered by his victims.
Oh, yeah, but sorry to Taglia. Have fun in prison, by the way. We're to go shopping.
Bro, he got fucking bodied in one punch, bro.
Yeah, did you see that shit?
Dude,
he got one tap.
I mean,
I'm like, all right, goodbye,
bro, I mean,
Harvard.
look at Numenet's body, bro. I mean, he's like, what, 6 foot? Like,
no, you know what I think it is?
6 foot, 210-pound nigga jumps on top of you, bro, from like 60 feet,
bro,
but your ass gets dropped.
That's the dragon in human form, bro. He looks like human, but he's actually like 3 tons. He slammed him down and took his soul.
I mean, he got a cut on him, though. Tartaglia cut his face, bro. Well,
Somehow he got his single blow on
I love the fact that like he's doing the transformation and then he just gets dropped, bro, while doing it. Like, yeah, that's what we should have done. We do the transformation. Like all these video games that like have characters like doing like these 5-minute transformations. Just shoot the nigga. He just dropped him. He's like, I ain't dealing with that shit, bro. Cause had he gone foul legacy, bro, he would have fucked up that whole card, bro. My legs are killing me. Shopping is stressful in its own way, but my legs are killing me.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up
we
with
solved
such
the
a good
murder,
mood today.
and then also fucking what's the name? The Nineveh was all like, humans. Were they willing to give? I like how he's like, is it worth your life to go see her? He's like, it's worth more. Okay, nigga.
He's like, okay.
He knew exactly what was gonna happen.
You know, one day I want to see one of those types of storylines where the wife is actually like really happy that man committed atrocities just to see her again. Like she sees that shit as a compliment. There's like no way.
I like that. When she told the traveler, I don't have him follow me, it wasn't because it was literally pity. Like, no, I don't want to see that nigga again. Do not have him find her. Also, Nineveh said, he was like, what did he say? He's like, human. Are they really willing to sacrifice this for spiritual, like enlightenment? So obviously the nigga ain't human. I mean, look at the way he's designed. Like those two, he has the two giant white things in the back. Like they look like tendrils. Like how the Musolene have the horns. He looks like he has that. I mean, also what they said, he was like the first male Musolene. Musolene. Well, I mean, technically.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
Well, also, what does Paimon say? Again. Why is he named Silver, bro? I still don't understand. What was it? Yeah, we solved the court case, and then Paimon's like, they were like, Navia, what's wrong? I'm like, her father's still dead, bro. sure, she solved his murder and got his name cleared, but he's still fucking dead.
At the end of the day, yeah, he's dead. There's no fixing that.
He could have did what she did. He could have did what she did, and it would have solved everything, technically.
Now that I believe. I'm easy to work with.
I guess the way they're trying to explain it is that if he did just come clean about all the bullshit,
it would have fucked everything up.
It did. Would have because at the end of the day, he just wanted to protect Navia.
Yeah.
However, Navia is not. She can't defend from water. So what are you supposed to do, guys?
I guess the water's no longer a problem, bro, because.
I like how this singular individual just had this literal
He found
nuke.
it. It was just like, yeah, he found the primordial
Like a fucking
ooze,
pool.
which once again, it rises upside down. Once again, as all primordial things in the world do, they're upside down. Which is just one of those things.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since
Several days later. Like, they found his body, without his soul. What does that mean?
It's just been one
Hey, bro,
thing
someone
after
just
the
experimented,
other.
but it's like
I've been
your
making
body's like
non-stop
3
trips
ounces
between
lighter or
Basalt
something.
and the court since then.
He walked into he basically walked into the fountain,
From
started
Scandinavia
shouting, and then just
Sula
collapsed and
organized a
died.
memorial for my father.
Yeah, I want to know how they
Memorial
just
when he first died,
yanked his
since
entire
everyone
soul
knew
out
that
with
even if
one
we held
swoop.
Because when you go to the fountain, you
no one was going
collapse.
to come.
We were in there with them because
This
yeah,
time,
because
though,
when
everyone in Poisson,
we wake
and
up
even
after
many people
talking
from
to
the
her,
court
we're
all
on the ground
attended.
just knocked out.
So his name's definitely been cleared
Yeah, bro, we walk into a civil war.
I think his name's been
It's
cleared. It's
been
only
the
3 years worth
dearest
of
wish
damage.
of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
I mean, Sure, like, I'm glad I didn't give up on the case. Your father basically gave up. He could have solved it in the 5 years.
I can't believe
Considering he died, and 3 years later, his daughter solved the case. So, he only has 5 years to live. He could have solved the case, by the way.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I
Well,
left
to
the
be
memorial
fair,
service.
no one could guess that the
Well,
literal adventure
maybe
could
it'd be
solve the
more
entire world's
accurate to say
problems
I
in
knew
what,
she
a
would be
year?
there, and there was no way
I don't think
she'd
the
just
We,
I don't think the traveler
we
existed
showed
3 years
up,
ago.
solved a murder mystery, and then solved a 20-year cold case, a murder, like, serial killer case, within the span of 2 days.
So you know Charlotte
Built different is all I can say.
Charlotte? Journalist from the Steam
First of all, I'm be honest with you, bro. It's a good thing Navia never tried anything. Want to know why? She was supposed to die.
Oh, yeah.
She was supposed to drink that Fontaine and die.
Yeah, that probably would have ended everything. But, what is this, like, you know Charlotte, too? The journalist in the Steam Room? I mean, isn't Charlotte some well-known journalist in Fontaine? I'm sure they would know her, bro.
Is no one gonna investigate that restaurant, by the way? Like, surely one of the chefs is in cahoots with him, right? How else would that
She's like,
water...
I should recommend this place more often. No, you shouldn't. Also...
Where did they eat at his place originally? Do you know, like, what that restaurant was? Or is
No,
this a
it's
random
just-
restaurant?
It was the... I don't fucking...
There's still a black market out there, no? There's no way this guy was the king of it all. He's not that rich, is he? For 40, like, gigamex or whatever?
All I know is that everyone who's used the Primordial shit, I thought it was going to be a cult using the Primordial stuff, but no, it was just use this stuff as an assignment. Like, I guess he told Lynette or Lainey's assistant to just use it to kill this woman. And I'll pay you handsomely. And then he ended up dead. I still don't understand what the plan was there. It was to have him... So they were supposed to use the water to kill the woman so that he could frame Lainey as the murderer. Even though Lainey's not 20 years old, so it doesn't really make sense how that would work. He was the one capturing women. Like, it wouldn't line up, because women have been disappearing for 20 years, and I don't think he's 20 years old, so, sure. I'm not sure
Wait,
how that would
now
work.
that I think about it, yeah, well, what was the point?
It doesn't...
So Cal was supposed to turn her into water first, but then do they experiment on the water? I thought they experimented on the humans
on the
first.
water so she just disappears. Because... reasons?
Do all the experiments involve turning them into water first, then trying to bring them back, or do they try to experiment first
I guess
on
he had, like,
humans,
the vase. I guess he could have, like, turned her into water and collected her or some fucking, whatever. Brought that back. And then... like, it's an organization, like him making, like, the synth. Like, that's not a single man job. So, like, these people know about the primordial ooze, and that's how synth is made. And synth is, like, a lucrative business. So other people are going to use it. Also, what kind of live leak shitty factory is that, bro? You're going to end up being like, yes, I'm going to be making synth out of primordial ooze. Oh, my hand actually brunched against the primordial ooze. I am now disintegrating. Bruh.
Oh yeah, it's not even like a get covered in it. If a single ounce of you touches it, you're gone. It's not like just your hand disappears.
Like,
you were
whatever. I still don't understand how the dude turned the ooze. Anyways, the one who was in there, like the fucking worker, the guard, who after he got caught, he's like, oh, I'm gonna reveal who it was, and then he just turns to ooze. It's like, who hit him with water?
What do you mean, bro? He was behind stage and he somehow got a water balloon on him,
hit him with like a Super Soaker 9000 across the room. Like,
bro,
how did he hit him with the ooze?
I guess he just. I don't fucking know, bro.
Like,
the more you think about it, sometimes it's just kind of like I don't know.
I don't understand what the grand plan was with having them frame Lainey, a person who's not 20 years old, for the disappearances that have been happening for 20 years.
Yeah, why is that? Did no one bring up that case? Did no one bring up that case?
He's not old enough to be a part of the disappearances. So, that doesn't work. And then, what were the two dudes who were... they were in on it, like we said, he had people all over. He's been paying people all over. So there's multiple people who know about the primordial ooze, and once again, they had vials. I'm sure there's going to be vials on the black market from somewhere that's just going to blow people up. So, like, sure, we got the main murderer who's been kidnapping women, but the ooze itself is still a problem.
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer.
I don't know what they're
The
trying to
story
do,
was
honestly.
called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair,
At the end of the day, what?
it was a really
I guess
flattering
the entire court case or the theater was just dependent on
pretty good
Liney.
terms ever
Again, though,
since.
why Liney? Who
She was
knows?
trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an
You'd
exclusive
think you
piece
want to
on
blame it
serial
on someone who's,
disappearances case.
older?
She told us about that.
I guess he was. The method he's been using before was he's like, all right, I need to send an assassin, the dude to kill Callus and then kill Jock, and then that's what he did. He's like, I need Callus and Jock to both die. Okay, he sends the dude out. Jock ends up with the gun because he was trying to shoot the dude, and I don't understand. Once again, he hit the dude with water without Callus knowing, or I guess Callus did know and he just didn't want to expose it.
Can I just explain something? So he wants Callus and Jack both dead, right? Just give your guard a squirt gun with the fucking water. Spray both of them. There's no sound. They just vanish, and they're like, "Oh, it's a disappearance." Can you imagine how much better that story would have been? I mean, I like the story. Don't get me wrong, but what if Navia was trying to solve a missing persons report from like 3 years ago,
so strange.
just to find out?
He's like,
just to find out her dad got liquidized.
He's like, great idea. Let me send an assassin to kill both of them. Oh, great. The assassin killed one of them. I'll just fucking throw the water on him because he fucked up and that didn't kill. He got the gun. The dude took the gun. Callus took the gun from the assassin. He's like, shit, bro. And somehow he hits the assassin with the water. We don't know when that happens. The only three.
Maybe he got there. I thought the friend got there first, though. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, at some point, Marcel hits him.
It was Marcel. It was Marcel and Navia. They ran out there as soon as they heard gunshots.
Yeah.
So how the fuck was his attempt to kill himself?
At what point did he kill the assassin with the water?
Did the assassin agree to kill himself?
The way he did it at the swings, he's like, he dissolved the assassin too. So it's like, okay.
Maybe he told the assassin that, hey, this is like
once
a
the
get
two
out of
dudes
jail free
dissolve
card.
the girl on the backstage and they get Lainey fucking crushed or whatever, Lynette crushed, and it's like he's the dude with the disappearances. What happens after that? He just goes up. He's like, nice job, guys. He also spray. They get dissolved. That's probably what would happen. But like. Why did they even agree? I guess they just agreed to fucking frame Lainey because money. The same reason.
I mean, I guess. I mean, the whole point is that they want to blame on the Fatui, and then they said, "Hey, wait, Tartalia's in town? Shit, blame on him."
Another Fatui we can use this one. I don't even know how they even.
That still wouldn't work. He's like 20 years old. This doesn't make any sense.
I guess they wanted like link the Fatui. Yeah, fuck it.
Anyway,
well, actually,
I told her to make
yeah,
sure that when she writes about you guys
have been going on for like at least 20
the
years
critical
now.
evidence,
Yeah.
that you both sounded
Yeah, so
really cool.
you think you want to pin that on someone who is like, you know, at least like 40, maybe, because the whole point is that one of his alibis was that he didn't exist in this country at that age.
Yeah.
Okay, these other characters just didn't exist at all.
So weird.
At first, when they said showed the other names, for some reason, part of me was thinking, what if like this is like a family business type of thing?
Also, another character we can add to who have confirmed kills, Chloe. She killed her father and she's killed a bunch of dudes. So that's another character that has a actual kill to their name.
It was thanks to her
Many
that we were
kills.
able to
One
turn
of
the
them being
tide.
some dude's dad.
I wanted to thank her. I mean,
That's pretty good,
there's
bro.
also no
Having
point in
another
being
character's
awkward all the
dad be
time.
killed by her.
So we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great.
Holy shit!
We took the chance to reconcile. You killed my dad.
Oh, that's why. Okay. So no matter if I get 100% in like the 3 regions we have now, since we don't have the entirety of Fontaine, I'm never gonna get past like 40%. Whatever.
Actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
Yeah. So
I should pay a visit to my father's grave.
you honestly, I don't know. This
the
made me
truth
think
of
this was
what
gonna be like a
happened,
really
as well
big
as how it all
organization.
ended.
It was like 2
And on
guys.
top of that,
One guy.
It was
just
one
how
dude.
much
Yeah, I'm
people
like,
still
there's no way
look
he was
up to
producing
him
all that shit
to
himself.
this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Like, can we just compare this to Sumeru? Like, this was they had research and the doctor supporting the entire nation, the military, for this brainwave project to create a god, practically, right?
Yeah.
And then this one is like, oh yeah, we have a bioweapon that can insta-kill any Fontaine residents, and I'm literally just one dude.
A serial killer stumbled upon a bioweapon because his lover walked into it and got fucking obliterated.
Can we just also talk about how so you go into this random looking ruins, go around 3 different block corners, and then there it is. That's it.
Well, so it's also one of those things that always happens in this game. It's like, how the fuck does he get in there himself? Like these like elaborate hideouts. Like you gotta raise the water and then swim in there. Does he swim that shit himself?
I'm in a quest right now that has a guy in a submarine suit. I'm pretty sure people only with the a vision can swim, but like you know.
So I'm like, how the fuck does he
With
get in
air?
here? Get in here himself normally?
Him and his wife both did it too.
On their first adventure, yeah. It's just like, sure. I guess. And then like that's where he produced the synth. I'm like, what kind of operation is he running? He's like a fucking millionaire. Like he's got super rich. So I'm like, he has to be like, you would think there'd be, I don't know, like a bottling plant, like a whole place. Is he like bootleg producing it by like individual bottles by himself?
Just a random cave.
For the last 20 years he's been doing, well not 20 years, but like the last like fucking however many years he's been doing that by himself. Sure, bro. I guess I'll come to Navia's father's grave too, because reasons.
Yeah, I want to pay respects to this guy.
Really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you
Damn,
two to
let's
share the
go.
moment with me. After all,
That,
without
huh?
you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone,
I don't know.
let's be off.
Like this is just he is the Hydra. He is the dragon. Like,
I
there is
already
literally-
said I feel like he's gonna be like, he's gonna have the,
like
he's gonna have the
we've
gnosis
seen.
inside him. I feel like she does. That's
Oh,
why
do you
she's
think he's
almost-
like? Do you think it's like a puppet too, kind of?
No,
Like,
I think
he has the power of
he's
gnosis?
just harboring it inside him. I feel like he is the dragon, and she's probably isn't confident as an Archon,
This is where my father's grave is.
and so she
just
gave
give
him the gnosis, and that's why she was
To be
afraid of fighting.
perfectly
She doesn't
honest,
have her like full power.
Even I haven't been back
Oh, that'd be
here
interesting.
for
I mean, it's kind of it's literally what
long
Inazuma
time.
did, except Maybe he's just the actual dragon with the gnosis.
Which is the whole point, where it's
Instead
like
of a puppet
Farina.
crafted
That's the whole
for it.
point. Like, imagine we beat Farina like easily because she can't fight, and you just take the gnosis out of her. It would probably make sense that like we're gonna beat her. She's gonna get her ass beat by like the Fatui, and then like gnosis is not even in here. It's like, oh shit, we gotta fight him, the Chief Justice, and then that's Child's gonna get his revenge, bro. We're gonna see Child in his form 1v1ing the Chief Justice.
Can we just okay? Well, can we okay? Then we have to talk about. So, he's dead, right? if Shaznia is gonna get all the Nosai or whatever, then he's dead, or is it gonna become powerless? Oh wait, that's it. That's it. He's gonna come into the story and we'll unlock him after he's gotten nerfed.
Yeah. You look at the flame in his most powerful form. Like, oh, I mean, all the Archons don't have their gnosis when we play as them. So we're literally getting the nerf versions. Venti, watched it got ripped out. Nahida, she gave it up.
Bro, don't
had it.
say that, bro. There's gonna be Venti defenders in the comments. They're gonna be like, well, actually, Venti's the strongest.
Zhongli gave it up. Nahida gave hers and the Electro one up.
Nahida gave it up for a decent reason. Zhongli did his shit because of contracts. Venti's just an asshole.
Yeah, but Nahida gave up 2 of them.
That's true. She had both, huh?
That gnosis is thrown around so much. A's like, I don't want this shit anymore. And then she was still bodying gods. And then Yamiko's like, sure, I'll trade it for the Traveler's life. And then fucking Nahida rips it out of Scaramouche's chest. And the motherfucker hits that fucking... This is the funniest shit ever. Where he's like, no, don't take it from me. And she looks up, looks down, and just rips it out of his chest. And then the guy falls, 100-foot drop on the head, doesn't even blink. She's like, whatever. That nigga's dead. She couldn't give a flying fuck. That she
Well,
just
to be
killed
fair,
him.
I don't think she knew his backstory at the time. And also, like, seriously, this man just ravaged your entire country. I'd be, yeah, rip it out.
You've tried to take my gnosis from me 167 times. Well, so that has Nahida beat the court case. How all the Archons beat the court case. Zhongli just accepts whatever happens. And he's like, oh, I'll take the duel. The fight. Fucking, what is it? Nahida, facts and logic. As she repeats the fucking case 4,000 times. And then Venti just goes in a horrific circle with Farina for the rest of eternity, bro. Trying to one-up each other.
Both with their own illogical fallacies. Just trying to make the case even worse.
Yeah, what's he doing out here?
I mean, bro, you say Paimon's a bad lawyer, bro. If I saw Venti as my lawyer, I would just ask for guilty right there and then. He would argue for you to get
I'm
dead
telling you,
sentence.
it's not hair, bro. Novalight, those
before
two
coming to pay my
big ass blue lines are not hair, bro. Those are like his fucking Mussolini like antennae. I'm telling you.
What
Bro.
a Nuviette or whatever?
Yeah, bro. He's gonna be like a dragon with like antenna, bro.
Well, yeah, what if the Mussolini are just, the de-evolved race of the dragon or some shit? I don't know.
No, the Mussolini.
What if the dragon is?
The Mussolini come from the deceased corpse of the creature in the sea, the Leviathan, the dead Leviathan. You can read that right now if you pick up the items.
Don't say that.
The items. Yeah,
Sorry about that.
There's a ton of lore. There's a reoccurring character now that's in the lore that was in Sumeru. It's in Fontaine now. That I feel like is gonna keep reoccurring, and it's a primordial researcher named Jacob who keeps appearing.
I'll be real with you, bro. It's like the Halo treatment. I'm not going to some website reading the back of toy boxes only to get my lore.
That's
Same
cool,
thing,
but you can read it in game.
That's crazy. I'm not reading weapon
So
descriptions.
this is twice now. We know Jacob is a researcher from the Fontaine Institute who was exploring. He was also the one who was the researching the primordial sea shit. We also know that he fed his friend the corpse of a god, and he became. I think Jacob became he was becoming a monster in when he was down in Sumeru in Conria. Like his friends were getting fucked up because they.
You think he's a harbinger?
They were.
Harbinger?
No. I think
he fed his friend the corpse of a god.
I think he's the. I think people have figured out what happened to him. He's the Abyssal Baptist, the one that we see.
The Baptist guy in the desert.
Yeah, I think that's him. That's what happened to him. He, after consuming the corpse and doing all the primordial research, he basically got fucked up, and he became that. Which shows regular humans can become that, by the way.
I mean, delusions all they do is something similar.
Yeah, well, delusions usually kill you.
I wanted to
Yeah,
show
I mean,
my
you look at
father
him,
how
bro.
much
He's
I've
basically
grown.
dead too.
I mean, that child
Still,
lost his babies.
I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice
I really,
would feel
I can't wait for
compelled
them to explore this
apologize
because
to me over and
we were
over.
supposed to get Vision's shit like 2 updates back, but guess what?
Maybe we'll get it.
They double back.
Oh, I want to know what other story we're gonna get. If I haven't finished the story, I'm right here at the end, bro. And what's gonna happen next? What could 3.1 be about, or 4.1?
In that case,
damn, bro. Here I am.
He has to leave it on
enjoying-
cliffhanger. Bro. He has to leave it on cliffhanger, right?
Here I am
You
enjoying
really
life
could use some pointers
until the
on
game says
understanding human emotions,
you've reached the
Mr.
maximum
Nervette.
of your
In any
artifacts.
case,
It's over.
why did you come
I've
to
already hit the
decide-
max for 1800 again. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, ever since that day,
level up some
I've been
dumb
turning a
shit.
question
Enhance.
over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway?
What is justice?
There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself.
It's definitely not ChatGPT, but here we are.
Rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature.
Is no one
consider
like
certain things to be more important
so is
than
it
their own lives?
is it like just common knowledge that he's referring to humans as like a third party and not like himself? Like, no one gonna comment on that out here unless the next dialogue comments on that, because he's like the second time he said humans, and I know the nigga ain't human obviously, but like, come on now.
Which is also why I
You
didn't
think he
stop
said
your
people or
father from
something, but
beginning
no.
that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that.
Yes, that's
That there
Alfie.
was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the
there
end,
we go.
from a certain perspective,
I am now at
say that
1625.
he
Okay,
did
that
it
I
all.
went. That
No
one.
one people will see none of that's
justice.
fighting style, but people gonna shit.
Justice that's higher than
Can you even imagine how they're
So,
even gonna
you
like
asked me
release
why
that
I
as like
I
as a
just wanted to
trailer?
say
Like,
my
Niggas
apologies
gonna
to
fucking
Mr.
do
Callus
hydro.
in person.
I wonder
should have
what his
noticed all
theme
of
will be,
this
bro.
much
What kind of dubstep electro bullshit will they'll give him when he
This regret has
releases
filled
the
They
me
better
with
canon?
give him an
sadness
organ and a
that has
violin.
haunted me for days. That
Bro,
high
I just want
and
more
mighty chair in
jazzy
the
shit,
opera
man.
Epicles
We
indeed
got
insulates one
something.
from
Give me some
many
good shit.
important
I don't want.
things. Spina di Rosula.
No, I don't want.
Damn, bro.
Thank you so
Like how our
much
father's
for
fucking
your
court
hard
case
work
shook
and
up the
perseverance.
entire fucking world of Noodle.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before.
I'm glad that a single court case in like the 4 billion years he's been the Chief Justice has ever affected him besides this one.
So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty though on
For the first time ever that the machine said no.
And then this
I
first time the
disagree.
machine was rolling.
One of my guys.
I like that. They're like, didn't you build the machine, Farida? And she's like, stop looking at me.
She was like, well, y'all just don't understand
Oh,
actual
the voice
justice.
actor was doing the shit. She screamed that. She's like, stop looking at me. It's like, oh, I was just acting hysterical. I'm like the first BPD character, bro. Just fucking straight up switch that personality shit.
I love her, bro. I'm going for her.
Fucking great, bro. Mentally ill characters. I love them, bro.
Absolutely the best, bro. Nigga, you call it, she's mentally ill. Who tell? She's just weird, bro.
Self-expression is not one of my
She's like
strong
schizophrenic, but it actually works because like they're not just voices; they are actual ghosts.
It feels like self-expression isn't my strong suit, but he's got like that Nahida shit where she's like, I don't understand human emotions. Like this, he's clearly not human, bro.
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their
Lord.
peace as well.
I'm glad
I think
Navia.
I'll disturb them
Man,
for
bro.
now.
When I saw her in the trailer, I was like, she's gonna be a cool character. Literally, entire act revolved around her. Bro.
Bro, I remember us watching the trailer, and I said, "Man, fuck that blonde girl. I am not pulling for her. It's a shame that she had to be Geo because now I'm still thinking,
She's
damn,
gonna
do I
fix Geo,
really
but she's gonna be the first Geo character that reacts to Hydra. The first Geo unique reaction.
No, yeah. Can we just have the first Geo character that reacts with fucking anything besides crystallize?
Did Paimon do anything rude here? You're not supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what
Hey, yo.
But
After adding gadgets to the
just-
quick cut menu, hold Z to quick. Oh, quick swap gadgets.
I hope she did take it. She took it seriously. What's that smug ass smile the Traveler has, bro?
Anyway,
Okay, to be fair,
Neuvillette is still standing
gadgets are
around
cool and
there.
all, but like,
not
okay,
often
I
that
mean,
we can catch him alone
which
like
which
this,
gadget
so
would you even use?
Why
Like,
don't we go talk to him for a bit?
a lot.
If we can't talk
I
to
just
Lady
have this-
Farina, we
okay.
can at least talk to him, right?
Is it real? We can't talk to Farina. We can talk to him. We're gonna ask him about our sister, bro. Hey, let's ask him about Conria, bro. How old are you? What race are you? What creature are you? And can you tell me anything about Conria, brother? Are we gonna ask any of those questions?
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
We invited ourselves, actually.
We ran into Navia
She
on
did
the
not
streets
invite us.
today, so
We
just
invited
followed her
ourselves.
here.
I see.
Yeah, we okay.
I see.
Paimon's right. We just followed her.
Then is there something that I can help you with?
Yeah, I've been looking for my sister.
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return.
I've been here for 3 days. We saw one of the greatest mysteries. Okay. About my sibling. Perfect, bro.
Damn,
Your
you're about to get the
sibling.
biggest lore drop of the series,
Another
bro. Are you ready?
blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never
Yeah?
seen anyone who
Yeah?
matches that description.
Yeah, the biggest lord job, huh?
If she
Yeah,
ever stepped
I don't
foot in
know.
Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws
Look
to
at
the
that,
letter
bro.
and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese. Is there anything else
Hope you weren't
you'd like to
expecting
ask me
much.
about?
Like how it's like, oh, she appeared in Fontaine. I'm sure she followed the laws about the opera Epiclese to the T. Bro, did this shit even exist when she showed up? It was 500 years ago.
Can we just talk about like it doesn't matter if they were like a law-abiding citizen. We got approached and thrown in trial for existing. What the fuck do you y'all just do this shit for fun?
I was gonna say, like, fucking Folklores wasn't even Archon at the time, bro. Like, I'm sure if she was here, she didn't, like, why don't we tell her, oh,
Maybe they-
it was
maybe they
500
don't know.
years ago. That's what I'm saying,
Maybe-
he doesn't know that. So I'm like, why don't we drop a little help? It's like, have you seen a blonde-haired girl that looks just like me? How about, have you seen, oh, I don't know, 500 years ago, a blonde-haired girl that lives, who looks just like me?
Hey, have you seen a blonde dude from Conria?
Yeah, she had an army of fucking Conrian fucked with her, another blonde dude too.
Actually,
And he's
yeah,
gonna
talk about-
he's gonna hit us with the I'm not that old, bro.
How about should we ask? Hey, have you ever met anyone from Conria?
Whatever.
Because if we can't get shit about our sibling, how about we get some stuff about fucking Dainscliff?
I'm pretty sure he's older than Folklores. So like, if he doesn't know anything, what the fuck is she gonna tell us? Like, honestly, what the fuck are we gonna get out of her? We're better off asking like Arlecchino. It's
Well, because because then the water Archon, Hydro Archon, she built it, right? The machine.
first Hydro Archon, yeah. Well, we don't
Okay,
know.
the
I don't know who built the Aura Trace, but the city was built by the first Hydro Archon.
Yeah, but it said that the Aura Trace was built by at least a Archon.
Then it's probably the first
yeah,
one.
so, so
It's
she's
probably
yeah,
the
okay,
first
so she's younger than
Right, it was probably the
Yeah,
first one, and it probably ran off pure energy because when the Oceans were still here. How about we ask them about that? Why are the Oceans left, bro? And they're not coming back, are they? How do you fix the ocean? That's it. Ask
Can't.
question. I got none of these are like end conversation quests, so I don't want to click the wrong one, bro. The game gets fucked.
My apologies.
I mean, after you say ask about
My
your sibling, I'm pretty sure
investigation
there's a
has
choice that
still
says, "Yeah, I'm
not reached its
good."
conclusion. However,
I think I know
I
everything I
still
need.
believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
Why is he guilty?
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that
I
the
get guilty
Oratrice
for
does
being
not
part of the
simply
Fatui
mechanically
again.
repeat the
What a
verdict that I give on each case.
I'm quite aware.
As a divinely created mechanism,
Divinely
the
created-
people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
Actually, now I
Not
think
only
about
can
it,
produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness.
self-awareness.
Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
I think this is gonna be the key thing. This is setting up the.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I think this is setting up for the. Even she knows not to make an enemy of the divine, and if the Oratrice is supposed to be a divine machine, and the verdict against Child is that he's supposed to be guilty, it's like we have to go with it. Also, I wonder if he's been marked guilty. This could tie into a lot of stuff, like vision-wise, because if he's been marked guilty by the divine and his vision no longer works, and then the Oratrice also marks him as guilty, and he's being divinely judged as no longer worthy for a vision, we could see the first character to lose their vision.
That'd be actually kind of cool.
And then it's like, well, shit, what do we do now? Because remember, he said the Oratrice is a divine machine, and her trailer says even she knows not to make an enemy of the divine. So whatever's operating it is a
Imagine your own Archon is scared of a fucking machine.
whatever's
that they supposedly.
yeah, but we don't know exactly. She's scared of the machine because she doesn't know how it operates. It could operate as by celestial power. A celestial could be running.
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information.
Like how he's like, Laney heard a
Based
voice
on
when he was
Farina's
in
reaction,
the room with the
I doubt
Oratrice.
even she had any idea what was going on.
Could that have been the voice?
She
And
managed to
then
bluff
Nineveh's
her
like,
way
I
through
wasn't,
it,
I
though.
never heard about this.
The
How about you go talk to
time-tested
him?
twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this,
Yeah, I like how some of
we
the evidence we
regret to
collect
say
just
that the Fatui
disappears
Harbinger
and we never use
just
it.
have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Some of that could have been useful.
Child to bide his time in jail, bro. I
If
can't
we
believe he got
did
bodied in one
incorrectly
hit.
convict him of crimes he did not commit,
Like
we
literally
will
one
most
hit.
certainly compensate
Not
him
even
to
a
the
fight,
fullest
just like
extent
just
of
a
the
slaughter.
law.
You want to keep a Fatui Harbinger in the jail?
Compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
I don't think holding a Fatui Harbinger in the jail is a good idea. I feel like the Fatui won't be too happy to have the Harbinger in the jail. And they've been shown to be able to destroy shit.
Well, I mean, what's stopping him from just, blowing it up
That's what he
like he did earlier?
Once again, like
Well, what
sure,
if he wakes up?
Sure, like without his vision, he doesn't use his hydropower. Apparently, we established that's how visions work. You have to have it on you to use your elemental power. Without his delusion, whatever the fuck it is, he can't technically use electro power, and he can just straight up use the fucking foul legacy, but it leaves him in a weakened state. Which I'm pretty sure he can tear his ass out of that fucking entire prison in the divine legacy, the foul legacy state. Unless this prison is divinely made.
That the sea levels will rise.
Surely
and
they have
everyone
a,
will be dissolved in water, leaving
Davy Jones
Farina
Locker-esque,
crying alone on
just
her throne,
overpowered
but the sins
divine
of the people will be finally washed
prison.
away for good.
Even meant
Does
for
that
gods.
appropriately
I don't
summarize the
know.
version you've heard?
Yeah.
That can take us in a lot of directions, but we're not going to find out for the next 4 weeks,
Who
6
knows?
weeks.
We know, it can be solved.
That about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront
Also-
this prophecy directly.
First nation where we've actually asked someone else other than the Archon. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how we went to Mondstadt and there was no one to ask, so that's fine. Then we go to
That's
Leeway, like about like Conry and other shit. It's like crazy, bro. We go to like Mondstadt, there's no one to ask besides Venti, and then he doesn't know, so it's like, oh, we just get the hell out of here, I guess. We go to Leeway, where there's multiple ancient fucking beings that are just as old as Rex Lapis, 6,000 years old, and we only ask Rex Lapis, who's like, oh, I can't tell you anything. I'm under contract. Cool, how about we ask the 4 Ayaksha? How about we ask any of the 400 adepti about it, who are all 6,000 fucking years old, or
Nah, you don't
just as
understand.
old.
They're literally all under contract
And it's
somehow.
like, yeah, I guess they're all under contract, not to say anything, bro. It's like, sure, we don't ask anything. Let's go to Inazuma. Who are we gonna ask? Fucking, we don't even ask I. We don't ask her shit. We don't. We
Did
ask.
we ever ask Yai
no,
Miko stuff?
We ask Yai Miko at the end. We don't ask a single a thing about Yai. We don't even ask her about anything. She's like, I've been here for the last 500 years. I don't know. And you're like, oh, good, yeah, great, thanks. And you ask Yai, and she tells you nothing. And then we get to Nahida, who's also like, yeah, bro, I got some lore for you. Your sibling's not yours, by the way. The world's fake. The sky's fake. The world's fucked. And happened in Severe. Happened in Fontaine.
Just got hit with a sibling? What sibling? They don't exist.
I mean, she established the entire laws and orders of how it works and how the timeline is controlled and how it works and how information is stored, which is cool. So we actually got some actual information, and then this one now I don't know what the fuck we're gonna get.
Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
So the prophecy is from the former Hydro Archon. So she said, all you motherfuckers are gonna die. Bye! And then dies. What kind of shit is that?
All of y'all will go into the water, and then the higher Archon will cry. So wait, why did she made that before dying?
Well, okay, so that means that at least, obviously, Farina was around, or Focalos was around while she would. So she's all like, hey, Focalos, I'm about to die. You're gonna be the next Hydro Archon. Sorry.
But.
And everything I built is gonna be washed away, and you're gonna be left there by yourself. Have fun. What? Fuck you, I guess. What a bitch.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've
Imagine
ever heard
knowing
of it.
who's like good, like you know the person who's gonna replace you isn't like worth it. Is gonna be fucked up. So you're like, yeah, this place is fucked, bro. That's basically how she went out.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct: the rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously.
Christ, how many teleporters are
Indeed,
there?
she has been collecting
I
information
forgot
and
that.
intelligence from across Teyvat for this purpose.
Yeah, some of
If
these
the rumors were true,
people aren't really
then
that.
perhaps this
not that nice.
prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by
Yeah,
her
you think that
predecessor.
ancient primordial China would have more information about things that were old, but I guess not.
Is there
I like how
anything
we have
else
to ask
you'd
the
like to
god
ask?
of literal wisdom to
Paimon
get
always
anything.
always ends on a question, and like it never gets answered. So can we really trust Farina to solve it? I mean, she's the Archon, so something in the universe trusted her to be an Archon. Like she had to have some quality, right? Like I don't understand. We don't know how Archons are chosen as a replacement. So something about her made her worthy enough to be an Archon. What is it? I don't know.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the Primordial Sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate.
Oh,
I can
okay.
only surmise that Vache and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather
Where is
different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Teyvat's life forms were first
Hang
born
on.
in that special sea.
That's a fucking hell of a
You could
line to
it
say.
nurtured much of the life on this planet.
What happened?
There used to be a primordial special sea on the surface of this planet. Most of Teyvat's life forms were born into the special sea and nurtured much life on this planet. Why is he using this planet as if there's any concept of other planets that you can go to?
What are Celestia and Abyss considered?
They're aliens.
Different
Well, the
layers?
Abyss.
Well, I
is-
know, but like, are they worlds or are they just like separate layers
The
of our
Abyss
planet?
is theorized to be the bottom of the world, most likely under the sea. Because there's a lot of water elements tied to the Abyss. Like the Leviathan and all this other shit and sinking and the whole point. So the Abyss is most likely under the sea. Deep under the sea. The bottom of the sea. Kind of like our world. And Celestia is just in the sky. It's an alien structure. It's just a structure that's in the sky that's inhabited by aliens who aren't from the planet. Ninovet out here is like, yeah, bro, this planet, And the walkway that we start the game on, we don't know what that is. We no clue what that is in any way. All we know is that an unknown god attacked us on it. That's what we used, like the fucking Star Lane Highway. That's Akavi's trail, bro. Fucking the Trailblazers gonna be on this, the train tracks. So we know that there's other planets. Paimon knows that because we told her, obviously. How does he know that? And why would he use the line "this planet" when referring to Teyvat as if he's seen other planets? That makes me question what he actually is. Fuck him being the Hydro Dragon. What if this nigga's a Descender?
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it Primordial then.
But today,
we'll never
the
find out.
Primordial
Okay.
Sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vache discovered must have been some kind
Don't
of
worry, guys. We
special
have like
case
5 more updates
or a
until
remnant from a
4.5,
truly
and
ancient
then there's gonna
age.
do a giant lore bomb
So
at the end.
that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the Primordial Sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown
bro,
secrets
it doesn't
among the
match
people
my
of the
understanding of
clan.
this world and its laws.
Is there anything else you'd
Brother
like to
in
ask
Christ,
me
bro.
about?
He's not from Teyvat then. That just like that. There's no reason to write his dialogue like that. At all. Unless he's not from the planet. Or he's something else entirely. Like, what? How is he saying, that's not my understanding of the laws of this planet? As if he's been from another planet. That has to either be mass translation error, or they're just blatantly saying, and we're just not asking the question. What the hell is he?
Yeah, you love how like they are very obvious of certain things, and you think, "Can I ask this question?" And just they never give you the option to.
Like, what? Once again, it's the same question we want to ask Paimon. What the hell are you? Why can't we ask that question?
Paimon. I hate hearing that
That's
fucking.
the main question we should be asked this dude. What the fuck are you?
I like how we talk to the Iris Mill divine tree. Hey, what is Paimon? What is it gonna tell me? Paimon's Paimon
Dudes
as well?
refer to humans as a third entity thing, which is something gods usually do, and then now he refers to the planet as and its laws as something else, something we've only ever seen the Traveler do. Unless he's from Celestia, and he's like a celestial, because we know they're not all just individuals. But then again, he said the Primordial Sea, and that's not how I understand the laws of this planet. So people from Fontaine are being devoured by the sea, which is supposed to have nurtured life. We know of the light realm and the dark realm can't interact with each other. So if it's from the original world, that means that the Primordial Sea is from the light realm, obviously. That's before Defane's times. And if it's consuming only Fontaine people, that means that something about people from Fontaine is inherently a part of the dark realm. So the Abyss. What does that mean? I don't fucking know. So people from Fontaine have some inherent tie to the Abyss then. I guess we'll find out. Because they're,
Surely we'll find out within the next update.
They're structurally different, are able to be killed by a mass, the equivalent of the original Light Realm entity. The thing that created life is killing them, specifically, when they interact with it. And it links their consciousness.
Do you think there's like a dark version of the Primordial Sea that birthed them, and then the light one is one that eats them?
I mean, considering the Primordial Sea, once again, we saw how the Primordial shit flowed upwards, which means it's upside down. And the only time we've seen that is the upside down in the chasm, where it's able to give off light, which was damaging the Conrians, who are known to be cursed. Who basically are cursed to become abyssal creatures. You're seeing how like stuff's going. Once again, people have always theorized that the world is flipped upside down and then it's tapped. The fact is flat and it has two sides. One that's light, one that's dark. and for some reason someone flipped it and then put a fake sky over the dark realm, causing it to be light. Hopefully we get some more lore on this, bro. Considering we have, I mean, this quest opened up having Jacob as the researcher, who's we already know was an abyssal researcher who turned into an abyssal creature after researching Condria in the Abyss. Hopefully we can find more of his research now that we know that he was on lead research at the Institute. And his main topics were primordial research. Great, bro. Motherfuckers be all like, lore bombs, bro. We got lore bombs on the first couple of fucking things here, bro. At least if you know how to connect the dots.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette.
What is he, bro? He's either a celestial, a hydro dragon, or a descendant. Now.
Would he even still be a hydro dragon? Like, is there like a draconic world or something?
This is merely
the original seven sovereigns.
Okay, cool. Then he's probably just a dragon, or
that'd be crazy for him to be a primordial dragon and refer to the world in the primordial sea as something he doesn't understand. Well, it affecting them as something he doesn't understand. That's such a bizarre way to call it, as someone who's like an original propagator of the fucking planet. I guess in this case, if he's like the Hydro Dragon, you could throw out that because he's been around for so long, he's seen other beings from other planets land, and he has a concept of understanding there's life beyond Teyvat, and so he would refer to Teyvat as a planet because he knows. No, we're not the planet. I mean, but that is such a strange way to write the dialogue. And then he already has some superpower. He instantly was able to tackle Childe, and he did get damaged though. Once again, he got damaged when he got close to Childe, which either means Childe hit him or just proximity damaged him when Childe was using abyssal power. And he only acted when Childe started using the abyss power. As soon as he saw it, he snapped his shit up. Like, oh, I know, you gotta stop that. That's another problem. The abyss is such like a background enemy. It's like fucking the White Walkers in Game of Thrones, where it's like the only time they were front and center was fucking shit up in Mondstadt. Then they got put on the back burner. They appear every once. They appeared at the beginning of Sumeru. He's like, "Oh, you're stupid," and in like I wish they can be a main antagonist for one of these stories.
Well, that's kind of the issue is that they got put in the background, and not only that, it's like in the end there's still the issue for like most things. It's like
funny we're focused on like the Fatui and getting taking the Gnosis, and we're focused on finding our sibling. We know they're like the leader of the Abyss, and yet the Abyss has like no presence in the world. It's not even like a problem to anyone besides Mondstadters. And it's like, ugh. Like the dudes in the Chasm and Leeway, they're like, oh yeah, we're fighting the Abyss. They know about it. Like obviously everyone knows it exists, but people are like, yeah, we're fighting it down there. And who's fighting it? Fatui. They purposely came to Leeway to like, yeah, we're sending troops to fight the Abyss down here. And then we have like, okay, the Fatui are here. They're gathering all the Gnosis. We know they're gonna get the Gnosis to do whatever the hell they want to do. And it's like, sure. What the fuck is the Abyss doing? Because there's no every time the Fatui and Abyss are mentioned, they're fighting each other. So we know they're not allies. We know the Zoritha's gathering all the Gnosis actively to do something, to rebel against the gods. And then we know the Abyss is trying to destroy the gods, to reestablish their Conrian kingdom and relift humanity. And what does Danza say? He's like, there's like two options with the gods. You don't have to believe in them, but there's not believing them, not caring, and there's being so angry at them that you have to destroy them. Which is the Abyss is doing. So I'm like, I wish the Abyss would be our main enemy for just one place. Like, hopefully next part we're like, that's right, bro. Nunavut is actually a fucking primordial entity. Nunavut, watch him not be any of this, bro. And we forgot to put the Hydro vision on his model. So it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, Also,
when
the fact that
when all the people got like they got like
we're
a
not
monster
we're not
one.
we're not gonna comment on the fact that this dude used elemental power with no power. Like, what was that power you used? And he's like, I gotta be badass at sometimes, bro. That's all he says. And it's like, we're not gonna comment the fact that no vision and just one tapped a dude using abyssal power like it was nothing. Only other character in the entirety of the series to do that
this
is
is a
us.
Fatui Harbinger, and this guy just landed on him, and then he's down.
I mean, technically, he's the weakest Fatui Harbinger. So technically.
He is still a harbinger. What the fuck? Where am I?
I don't know, bro. I'm glad we're not gonna ask him what he is. I doubt he's a descendant. There's no fucking way. That's just too much. Unless he's like fucking.
He's the third descendant.
He's the third. I mean, technically, he could be the.
I think he's still gonna be somewhere down the water dragon route.
I don't think he's a water dragon at all anymore. I think he's from Celestia. I think that's why don't make an enemy of the divine and all that. I think it pertains to him. I think he's 100% from Celestia. And like once they actually revealed that part of the map, because Celestia is supposed to be above Fontaine, we're gonna find out. There's zero reason for him to ever, as a member of Teyvat, we've never heard a single person in the entirety of the game refer to Teyvat as an isolated planet.
This world.
That is never happened. The only characters who have done it is our sibling, us, and us, Paimon referencing us. When she's like, you've been to other planets, right? What's it like out there? And then we just don't tell her.
Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Paimon just noticed the rain has stopped. But this video is like fucking 3 hours longer than
it would explain some of his feats, as I should say.
He has to be a Celestial, bro. That's oh nice, bro. Oh my god, bro, what? I just got what is it? I completely forgot the Traveler has Eidolons constellations that are different.
Oh yeah, you got the water one.
Yeah, I completely.
Yeah, I forgot about it because I haven't used it once. I haven't even resonated with the statue.
I'll resonate with the statue just for the cutscene stuff, but nah, bro, that nigga's.
You don't want the Super Soaker, bro? Maybe C6 will be better.
Absolutely not. Oh, look at all these quests I gotta do now, bro. I'm done streaming. That was
Hope
too
you like
much.
the lore bomb.
Yeah. The lore bomb is that this nigga ain't human, not even remotely. Like what?
Like the entire conversation just confirms one thing. One, still nothing about our sibling, cool. But then the two, we're about to get some juicy shit because he's not human.
He can't be from this world. I refuse to believe that. If they say he's the Hydro Dragon and they wrote his shit like that, bro, I'm a fucking loser.
I want to reread that shit, but like in Japanese or something. I want to know what other languages said. Because some of the English wasn't very well made, as you saw from some of my screenshot.
I mean, it's intentional. That translation is intentional, bro. They like to be kooky, bro. Change the words and all this. Gaze upon the water beneath the surface. Hear the ocean its call and connect to their consciousness. What the hell is that, bro? Learn Navia's father. Learn about Navia's father. What's the time? Tragedy repeats itself. Reveal the truth behind the serial disappearance cases. Complete light as rain. As rains of the falls without reason.
Yeah, after I finish a little bit more exploring, I'm gonna get off.
Bro,
Holy shit, I've been.
All right.